Right, my friends, I'm a bit peckish and I'm thinking, where can I go? Well, I'm in Asda at the moment. I've come to Asda to go to the pharmacy to pick up a prescription. That's not going to be ready for 15-20 minutes. She said, if you want, nip into the cafe next door, love, if you want. And I said, actually, she said me duck. Not love, that's more Yorkshire. Come on, another electric car. Here we go, a Kia. My word, it looks absolutely dreadful. Anyway, we're not talking about electric cars today because we're off for some food. And I went into the cafe there at Asda and I thought, Asda's not the best place out the supermarkets to get anything to eat, is it? There's Asda, there's Tesco, there's Sainsbury's really, which now fallen by the wayside. Let me know this in the comment section down below. I've been to Sainsbury's a few times now to try and get a full English breakfast there, but apparently a lot of their cafes now, or most of them, have actually just closed, not closed down, but they're like Starbucks, or it's just rubbish food. It's not a proper cafe anymore. Let me know in the comment section down below. They stopped doing the full English breakfast, etc. So I've sacked off Sainsbury's. Anyway, I thought, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give Morrisons another go, because I think Morrisons cafe is probably the best out of a bad bunch, really, isn't it? And I'm being careful what I say, because the Morrisons that I'm going to is in Mansfield Woodhouse, and one of the ladies that works there watches my channel, so I'm hoping this is going to be all right. Anyway, I don't know what we're going to have. I'm not sure. I'll have a look at the menu, we'll have something to eat, and we'll mark it out of 10. I just thought, do you know what, I'll take you guys with me. Maybe not the fish and chips. I'm a bit fish and chipped out, but we'll have a look. Anyway, we're going to mark it out of 10. You guys are going to mark it out of 10 as well, on looks and on price and on my facial expressions, which may be, but who knows. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, click that little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. Now, without further ado, my friends, let's go. Now, I want something cheap to eat, or not particularly cheap, but you know what I mean, good value for money, because these days it's difficult to find. And I thought to myself the other day, a lot of food reviewers, including myself, we go along to these places and we'll review the food and we'll go, yeah, that's not bad, that's really nice, and you know, mark it out of 10. But what we don't think about is the cost of food, because these videos pay for the food. So I'm going to start training my brain now to thinking of the fact that I'm not reviewing it. I'm not getting paid by the adverts that are shown while I'm reviewing it. I'm going to go as a customer. I mean, I pay for the food anyway, but obviously, as I say, the videos pay me back for it, really. And I'm thinking, yeah, but and every food reviewer I've seen doesn't take this into consideration. So I'm thinking, I need to take this into consideration, because we haven't got disposable income at the moment. We've got a cost of living crisis. So take it into account when you're doing it. So I thought, yeah, let's go cheap and cheerful, and let's go for a supermarket. But from now on, I'm going to be pretty hard on price and pretty hard on value for money, because that's what we need. We need value for money, and I feel really strongly about that. So anyway, we're almost at Morrisons now. I mean, the supermarkets have increased the prices, but obviously I actually believe, and I don't know what you think, just let me know, I actually think that a lot of places make the excuse of there's a cost of living crisis to increase their prices, so that the rich get even richer. So you've got these trendy bars, trendy pubs, trendy restaurants saying, oh, you know, well, my costs have gone up, the electric's gone up, the gas has gone up, I've got to put my prices up. when there are places around that I've seen, I've been into fish and chip shops, etc., where I went in the other week with Jeff, and it was £7 odd for fish chips and a peas. Then you'll go into another restaurant, another fish and chip restaurant, and they'll say, oh yeah, but cost of living and, you know, cost of fish has gone up, cost of chips has gone up. But hang on a minute, let's just press pause a minute, because I've been into fish and chip restaurants like the Tower Fisheries in Blackpool that can do offers, that can give you fish and chips for cheaper. So I think a lot of these places are using the cost of living crisis for an excuse to get even richer. You let me know in the comments section down below. I'm on one today and I do feel really strongly about it, because I think all these places that I've gone to lately have been astronomical really, and I've looked back at them and I think, all right, I went somewhere the other day with Paige, £30 odd for me and Paige, and I'm thinking, well, all right, at the time, well, the video's paying for it. But people who are watching the video that are going, they're paying their hard-earned money to spend on these meals. So I'm going to be really on it from now on, and I'm going to come down on places that don't give us value for money. So watch out. Right, I'm at Morris. God, I am on one today, aren't I? Hang on a minute, I'll just use my watch to just calm down. Take a breather. Let's get into Morrisons. Turn this milk float off. I don't know what's going on. What am I on today? God, it's not turning off. Now it's turned back on again. Turn off. Off. That's it. Electric cars, come on. Oh, blimey. The weather's terrible. British summertime for you. Anyway, garden needed watering. Come on. Right, so I'm a creature of habit. I've ordered the fish and chips again. Had to be done, didn't it? And I've ordered a cup of tea, well, a pot of tea. They've got no milk sachets, so they've put some milk in there for me. At least it's real milk. To be honest, I'd rather have real milk than them sachets anyway. I ordered some bread and butter as well, and it came to a total of £8.28, which is really, really good value for money. Fish and chips, pot of tea, and some bread and butter. So looks good. I should put the bread and butter on there. I did ask for bread and butter. Come to £8.28. Fish and chips, maybe. I think so. I should put the bread and butter on. I don't know whether she has. We'll have to find out. Just been to get a menu. Doesn't look like she has done the bread and butter. To be honest, not worried about it. We don't need the bread and butter. You can do mini fish and chips as well for £5.49 as well, if you don't want to go for the large fish and chips. So even better value for money. Right, looking forward to this. Let's get this tea poured. I mean, milk in there. I'm not going to moan because it's proper milk out of a bottle, and them little sachets out of a plastic thing. Terrible. So it'll probably make the tea taste better. I just wonder whether it's Yorkshire. I think it might be Tetley. Right, well, there's no teaspoons either, so I'm going to use a tablespoon to mash my tea with, out of milk, out of teaspoons. Here we go. At least it'll mash. There we go. Get a big mash on there. There we go. Right, so the first impressions is, looks pretty good actually, it doesn't look too bad. Got the chips there, got the peas, not mushy, garden peas, and also got the 2 pieces of fish there as well. Batter looks quite crispy. Have a closer look for yourself, my friends. Right, so there you go. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below. We're going to get the malt vinegar on there, which is, we've got one shared between the whole cafe. I had to go and ask a lady whether I could borrow it off of her because she'd finished, which is a bit odd. You'd think being a supermarket, they would be able to actually supply a few more on each table. We've also got the little sachets of salt there, which my mum would be stealing and putting in her handbag if she was still with us. Bless her, just a little bit of salt on there. Let's pop that on there. Don't spill any, otherwise she'll be throwing it behind her shoulder as well. Got some little sachets of ketchup there as well. We're going to cut into this fish here. The batter's nice and crispy, and to be fair, the fish inside looks pretty good. There you go. Check it out. I'm going to taste it. Don't forget we're marking this out of 10. Batter's quite nice actually. Pretty nice. Not too greasy. Chips are obviously frozen chips, but cooked quite well. Fluffy on the inner there. All in all, pretty good. I'm going to eat it and then we're going to come back and mark it out of 10. Price wise, don't forget looks and my facial expressions, which is see you in a minute. Hate these packets. Worst idea ever. Ketchup in a piece of plastic. Right, well, I think you've seen enough angles of fish and chips and peas, so we'll sum this up outside. So I'll see you guys outside. Get your scores at the ready. See you out there. Oh, right, okay. let's get down to business. I'm gonna have to drive and talk to you at the same time, but what was it? £8.28. Where do I start with this one? Well, the last time I went there, come on, me duck, go then, go. Any time today? There we go. Right, okay, so and where am I going here? I need to get out of here. Right, last time I went in Morrisons to the cafe, it wasn't this one. I have done the breakfast at this one before, I believe. You'll have to have a look back at that one. But I did the fish and chips with Ange at the one in Mansfield, Sutton in Ashfield. And the tables, I seem to remember the tables being absolutely filthy. Now, that was not long after that we'd had the lockdown, etc., and people were finding it difficult to get staff. So I didn't take that into account, I don't think, at the time. However, this time, really clean, staff, very nice, very friendly, very helpful. The fish and chips themselves, I'll get round to in a minute. I'm just going to have my little niggles though first, if I can get out of this junction. Vinegar, 1 bottle of vinegar with a tiny little bit in it, right, for the whole cafe. Now, I know that the lady, one of the ladies that works there, I don't think she was in today, watches my channel. Have a word with your bosses or whatever and managers. Just give a put the little vinegar packets in. You'll say you've run out of them, but then go into the store and get some more vinegar and put it on the tables or whatever. One vinegar shaker between, go on, you're right away, between everybody in that cafe is not acceptable. So that's my little niggle. And then also milk. I mean, I'm gonna say I would have rather had the proper milk which they gave me, but giving it me in a Coca-Cola cup, not sure about that either. It's a bit, you know what I mean. However, I don't like the plastic ones either, but there we go. So that's my little niggles out of the way. The rest of it, fish and chips. Well, the fish and chips were excellent. The fish, the batter was spot on. The fish, nice and flaky, very meaty, wasn't run over by a steamroller. So I'm going to go, yeah, spot on. Really liked the fish. Chips, they're frozen chips, but they were cooked perfectly for me. The peas, garden peas, because it's a restaurant, I guess. I always say garden peas with like a restaurant or a cafe. So all in all, I actually thought, yeah, I thought they were really nice. I thought they were spot on. Price wise though, if you look at, I did ask for bread and butter as well, and she obviously didn't hear me. And things like that annoy me when I ask for things and I don't get them. But there we go. I'm going to overlook that one because the staff were very nice. But I went and had fish and chips at that fish and chip shop at the Fishnet with Jeff Carter the other day up in Warrington. And those fish and chips were excellent. They were first class. They were a 10 plus. Proper fish and chip shop fish and chips. And they were £7 odd, right? So I'm going to say you can get better fish and chips from a fish and chip shop for, well, cheaper than that really, can't you? £7. I think it was £7.49. They were £7.49, I think, at that fish and chip shop. This was £8.28. So, but I had a tea with that. So I reckon, but then you're going to say, you could argue that, well, I've sat down as well and I've got it off of a proper plate. You can get better, but they were good. Let's just round it off, because at the end of the day, it's fish and chips at Morrisons. I'm going to go with an 8. I'll go with an 8. I think that's a good score. Pop your score in the comment section down below. But as I said earlier on when I was off on one, I think a lot of places now, I don't think Morrisons do it. I think a lot of places are charging more and saying that and putting it down to the cost of living crisis. So Morrisons, hats off. you're doing good deals there. Kids eat free as well, so you can't argue with that. So again, hats off. Smaller local businesses as well that I go to, and they're doing deals for the public as well. Hats off. But the people that are actually, and we know there are cafes and restaurants out there and pubs that are hammering the prices up and blaming it on the cost of living crisis when it isn't. It's just making the rich richer. Now, I'm not going into politics because I'm not really interested in politics, to be honest. It bores me and I don't really know anything about it. But I think that's what's happening in a lot of places. You tell me in the comment section down below. And before all the keyboard warriors starting, I'm not saying there isn't a cost of living crisis. I'm not being political. I'm just saying people are jumping on the bandwagon and trying to make themselves even richer by blaming it on that. Morrisons, hats off to you. 8 out of 10. And to the staff in Morrisons as well in Mansfield Woodhouse, you were really good. You were really good. Just get some. Come on, one pot of vinegar. Really, have a word. Come on, you're a supermarket. Walk into the store and get some more. Anyway, that's all from me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I think I need to take something to calm me down a little bit. Probably a Yorkshire tea. And that tea, by the way, I mean, it was Nat's pea, weren't it, really? It was Nat's pea. I mean, and I crushed, and no teaspoons. They weren't washed. But that, you know, I've overlooked that one. But Yorkshire, change it to Yorkshire tea as well, because that definitely wasn't Yorkshire tea. You can tell. Anyway, hit that subscribe button, click that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Don't know what I'm on today. No idea. Morris Minor, I'll swap you for the. Hey, I'll swap you for this.